Hey everybody, and welcome to episode 115 of Daisy Knits. I'm Daisy, and we're hanging out here in my schoolroom. So, it's rather a hot mess, but I'll show you what I've been working on. Last week when we sat down and chatted, I told you I had a pair of socks that I was not keeping. I was going to gift to a friend, but I wasn't going to see her anytime soon. Well, she surprised me, and she was at the show, so I got to trace her foot, and I will be picking that back up and putting those heels in, hopefully in the next 2 weeks. Hasn't happened yet, but it will. So I will be working on those, but while I was at the show, I worked on my little man's socks. So last week I was here in the cuff somewhere. This week I have a full leg cuff heel turn. I did do a heel flap, and I did a little bit of an eye of partridge rib style heel flap. I also, because I prefer this, I don't slip my stitches on my heel flap. I do a garter tab on both sides, and it's easier to pick up for me. So that's just how I like to do it. This is sock number 1, and I did have my little guy try it on. It fits me, and it fits him. It's a little bit big for him right now, but honestly, I don't see him getting a lot of wear out of these until this fall. So that's sock number 1, and here is sock number 2. So this is also a colorway that I had dyed up, but it didn't strike right. I'm not sure what happened. Everything I dyed in 2 days' time, it all kind of went funny. And I found out later that they were flushing the fire hydrants, and it really changed my dyeing. So, sock number 2 here. Honestly, there hasn't been a lot of knitting happening in my world right now because Princess Buttercup is definitely being a princess. For those of you who were following along, she swallowed a 1-inch bouncy ball and got it lodged in her guts, and they ended up going in and doing surgery last week to remove the ball. She came home Friday, so a week ago, and she has been incredibly high maintenance ever since. She has to sit on you all the time. And part of it's just her anxiety, and she's healing, and she's been in pain, and she was away from us for 5 days, and she's a rescue dog, so they come with their own little quirks. But part of that is she's slowly trying to kill me in the most loving way possible by over-loving. So I have not had very much knitting time. Actually, I haven't hardly knit at all. So I worked on that, and then over the last 2 days, that's exactly how much master knitter work I got done. That's it. Like, this took me hours to do because I would start knitting and she'll creep up and she'll nose me and then sit on me. So that's all my master knitter work right there. 2 swatches that aren't even done yet. I need to short row both of these and then Kitchener them together. This is it. It's been crazy. So instead, I'm going to distract you a little with 2 new skeins of yarn that came home with me. So the first one is a big, fluffy single with sparkle. Look at that. It's so fluffy. And this is called Smudge Stick. It's part of V Yarns, and it's merino and stellina. I'll flip this tag over so you can see it. She does all these little beautiful handwritten tags. And of course the camera's not gonna like focus on that handwriting. It's there, V Yarns. V is a phenomenally sweet lady. I love just sitting and chatting, and she's such a happy person. So I have no idea what this is gonna become because, to be honest, I don't do a lot of bulky. So if you have any suggestions, I'd love to hear them. But oh my goodness, this is just amazing. It's just squishy. Like, I kind of want to make a pillow with it and lay in it. So squishy. But I have no idea what it's going to be. The other skein that I came home with was from CJ Kopak. Once again, another sweet lady. I love to sit and chat with her. And it's the Hunter Red colorway. Once again, I don't know why my camera won't focus on that. If I replace my face, I don't know. It is a beautiful red. And on my screen, I'm seeing it as a little bit more orange than what it is. It's definitely a deeper red. It does have a little orange undertone, but it's much more orangey on my screen. So, and I don't know for sure. There's 450 yards here. So that's a good yardage, but I actually don't own any red socks. So this may grow up to be a pair of socks because I don't have any red ones, and everybody needs red socks, right? So this is the 2 skeins of yarn distraction from the lack of knitting progress here, distraction, that came home with me. And I have to say, I loved it. YarnCon was a wonderful event. If you were there and you stopped by and said hi, thank you so much. I had so many wonderful people stop and chat and hug and visit. It was amazing. Trying to think what else fun happened there. Food trucks outside, smelled delicious. Class went well. I had a sock heel class, and I think that went really, really well. Everybody said they did really good and they enjoyed it, so I guess that's a win. But I don't really have a lot else to do. If you have suggestions, please let me know about that lovely, lovely bulky yarn. Other than that, I will talk to y'all next week. Hopefully, fingers crossed, hopefully Buttercup will be cooperative and I will have some quiet time without her sitting directly on me to knit. So, other than that, I'll talk to y'all next week. See ya!